So, I don't even know where to start. So, I had to go buy Bogey some food because he was hungry, and I like to keep my new puppy fed and healthy. And as I was coming home from Echo Park, I happened to drive by the Shell gas station. And at the Shell gas station, I happened to see the National Guard parked out there. And we're not talking about just one, we're talking about a ton. The whole gas station was full of all these trucks and all these armed guys standing out there in the whole bit. And I was like, you know what? I get it. This is the time, this is where we're at today. And and I didn't get angry until I got home. And the reason why I got angry is because I showed my sister the pictures that I'm going to post later. And when she said, "Oh, great, now I feel safe." And that's a pretty fucked up thing for my sister to say, that, the National Guard has to make my sister feel safe in the neighborhood that she grew up in. And for the past couple of days, from where I live, we've been seeing caravan after caravan after caravan of police cars going by and helicopters over our buildings and the whole bit. And what I got angry about was not so much as the National Guard having to be here, but it's about what I've seen people post. And the reason being is that, I could walk a couple of blocks and be in the middle of those riots, of all this stuff that's going on. And the people that are posting this shit about complaining, they're like 10, 15 miles away from it. And worse, what pisses me off is that they're all white people. And you should all know, if you read my posts, if you keep up to date with me, you will know that I read 2 or 3 hours a fucking day. Every day I fucking read it. And I'm not just reading CNN or all that. I'm talking about BBC, New York Times, Washington Post, you name it, I'm reading it. I'm really fucking reading it. I read everything. And I'm angry. I'm so angry about the stuff that I'm reading, is because again, I have to single you out because you're white and you're not fucking getting it. Am I happy that the people are going down there rioting? Do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with riots. I don't agree with looting. I don't agree with any of this, but people are fucking angry. I'm a 57-year-old man. Let me turn around and tell you something. In those 57 years, I remember not going down to the park at Echo Park Lake because of the protests against the Vietnam War. I remember the riots, and I remember the 1992 Rodney King riots. And now I'm watching this. And why is it? What is the common factor that all of these riots have? They're all to make change. And you may not agree with it. I don't completely 100% agree with it, but I do agree with being pissed off. And we started in 1776 when we had a war against another white country called Europe. Remember that? In order to make the USA its own place. You think those people weren't going in the Civil War? What about the Civil War when they were going in and they were fucking robbing people blind? Especially the black people. They were killing people. Today, they are killing people. And who do we have to defend ourselves? Here in LA, we have the LAPD. And do you know the LAPD is one of the wealthiest police unions in the country? And they just got a ton of fucking money. And what are they going to do with that money? They're going to donate that money to the politicians. And those politicians are going to turn around and they're going to protect their own. They're going to say, the police department, we need our money. So we got to protect the police department and make sure that the police department doesn't get held up, that there's no accountability for them. And that's just LA. But it's the same in every fucking place. The police department, their unions are so fucking strong. It's amazing how strong they are and how much money that they get from the government to turn around and donate to these politicians. You don't believe it? Look it up, man. I'm fucking smart on this shit. I read it every fucking day. I watch it every single day. Now, where are we at now? Well, here we are. We're sitting in the middle of a fucking riot. And we have this damn son of a bitch up there in the White House who doesn't give a fuck. This is exactly what he wants. And you know how he knows? Because he's posting in it. You loot, we shoot. You don't believe me? Google it. I'm not going to fucking do your homework for you. Nobody does my homework. I'm not going to do yours. But you pay attention to what's going on. Really what's going on. And when you're complaining about being looted, I don't see you complaining that the GOP turned around and fucking looted the CARES Act. Billions of fucking dollars. millionaires all across the fucking country got so fucking rich off of the CARES Act. And what they did to make sure they didn't get caught or get trouble, they fired the person who was supposed to be oversight committee on it. Why? And then the Senate turns around and puts in this little tiny itty bitty law saying that they can't be prosecuted and they can't be investigated for like 10 or 15 fucking years, that they can't be accountable. So you know what? People should be pissed off. And then my problem is that I have so many fucking friends, so many people who follow me, so many people like comment on my shit. And you know what? And it's almost never a white person who's turning around and saying, yeah, they should be doing that. They should be going out. They should be fighting. We have to fight for our fucking rights. It's a part of our country. It's a part of our history. We've been doing for fucking couple of centuries now. I'm pissed off again. Why? Because I'm in the heart of it. My family's in the heart of it. And for my sister to turn around and say, I feel safe now that she can go out of her house because the National Guard is here, does not make me fucking happy in a goddamn bit. But it makes me even more angry that so many people could turn around and be posting the bullshit that they're posting out there, and it's crazy. And then we got the white media. Oh, this is another thing. The white media, what are they posting? They're posting all the shit. They're showing black people doing the violence, the black people. But in reality, it's not so much as the black people as it is those MAGA people who are coming in and acting as instigators to come out and even create more violence and more shit. Don't believe me? Google it. There's tons of fucking videos out there now. That's the modern age, man. Everybody's videotaping everything. And they're watching. But is the fucking white media putting that shit out there? Are they putting it on CNN or NBC or any of these other fucking news stations? Not a fucking one. They're just saying it's the black people. It's not just the black people. It's the white supremacists who are going into these fucking peaceful riots and starting shit, and then fucking people following along because they're fucking idiots. But you're not seeing that shit. You're not watching that shit, but I am. And I'm seeing it. And you should be pissed off. And stop claiming, whatever your white bullshit is. Because I don't really give a fuck about your white bullshit. And I don't give a fuck if I offended you because you are white. Because you don't know what it's like to be a person of color. I drove down the street to the fucking pet store. I'm brown. I'm a brown man. And you know what? I was frightened. I was like, what if what if the cop pulls me over because I'm brown? I never ever had to live through that my entire life, and now I do. You don't know what it's like, man. Don't try to act like you do, because you never will understand what it's like to be a man of color. Especially today, especially thanks to that son of a bitch Trump. You know why? Because he doesn't like anybody of color. The first people he attacked as soon as he got into the office was my culture, the Mexican people. And you know what? We're not ass. And what did he do? He stole our fucking children. He's trying to build a wall to keep us out. He turns around and he's been racist against all African American people. Google it. Pay attention. Where is your moral standards, America? More importantly, where's your moral standards, white America? What have you done? You have lost your moral stance by supporting a man who is straight out racist, who's turning around and saying if they loot, we shoot. Turning around and calling out his militant people. Google it. It's all out there. He's already said it. It's all over the fucking place. Trump is turning around and he's making this a race war. It is what he wants. It's what he wanted from the beginning, and he's getting what he wants. I'm having a hard time talking because I am angry. I am fucking angry, and you should be angry too. And if anything, you should be supportive in some way or another. I'm not saying say it's okay, but you should support it, because all lives matter. All lives, not just the white lives.